Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, first, second, and third is up for grabs, people. Quick! Quick! Beat them all to it. Yeah. First, second, third. Someone got first. Who's got second? Who's got third? Oh, that was a race. Oh, CJ and Stray, you both hit second, and it told you both you were second. That's funny. That's funny. Alrighty then. Oh yes, everybody's gonna get their coffees all over with again. Oh boy. Yes, yes. All right. We're wait. What's going on? Do. Oh, it went back to my regular settings. So many coffees. Red eye. Yes. No, no, it was not you. It was not you. OBS just had a hiccup. It happens. So I am definitely going to be doing a how to make a stinger and how to import it and etc. Because you can you can get lots of free stingers out there. I showed you, I have a few that, as a matter of fact, I shared one with Stray. I have a few in my folders that I've downloaded for free that are kind of, some of them are kind of boring stingers, but they're simple. But when you're just starting, you don't have to have anything like a bunch of elephants running across your screen if you don't know how to do it yet. It's something I've learned. What is a stinger? A stinger is the thing that happens when you change scenes. A scene transition. I use this move transition instead. I'm not going to change my transition again because I don't want OBS to freeze on me again. But a stinger transition is one that you make. The elephant one I showed you guys. I have the cat paw stinger that I made for CJ. When she changes scenes, you see all the paws pop up on the screen. So a lot of those. I have other ones. I made one for DB that has a logo. I made another one for myself at one point. And then there's the transitions that I use, which I use Move, but I also have the Wave one. It's very 90s-ish. Let's see if I can make it pop up. No, I'm not seeing it. I thought it was connected. It happens when I first transition after oh, I know why. It goes to this one. That one. So that transition that did like the line and the pink and all that's a stinger. And a stinger can be anything you want it to be. It doesn't, I mean, it could simply be a line going across your screen from one side to the other that changes from the scene you're on across to the scene you're going to. Yeah, that retro one. I downloaded that one. It came in multiple colors and stuff too. It's a retro something. I happen to like it. I in case you didn't notice, I did try to do a lot of the turquoise, and not that I like pink, but pink and retro. I wanted it to have a retro feel somewhat to my stream. That's what I was going for. Oh, hazelnut coffee. You can have all mine too, CJ. I don't believe in nuts and coffee. It's weird. You're welcome, Stray. I'm not a pink fan. Oh, there you go. Yeah, see, it does work. That's why I stuck with it. The teal and the pink, and then when they fade to each other, there's a purple in the middle, and I really like those colors. I think they work well together. So I've really stuck with them. And that's another thing about starting your stream. What are you looking for your stream? What brand do you want to use? What vibe do you want your stream to have? Are you looking to have a very chill vibe that has very calm and earthy tone colors to it? Is that what you're looking to do? Are you looking to have a darker theme where you want to use like the darker blacks and darker greens and blues and stuff? Are you looking for something that's very electric looking? Do you want a neon green and purple? Which I say that because I know someone that does neon green and purple. So yeah, it is kind of cyberpunk. I wasn't going for cyberpunk, but it is kind of, yeah. Oh God, nuts don't belong in coffee. Thank you for clipping that. It is very true though. Nuts do not belong in coffee. Sometimes they leave behind hair. Okay. All right, we've talked about scenes. We've talked about your folders and how those need to be or should be. So, sounds. Oh, so let's look at the sound setup. So we were talking about that Twitch VOD track. Oh, I actually didn't even wish you had. Oh, oh no. Mhm. Oh no. Gotta get quicker on those clip buttons. I have, but just so you know, Sierra, the reason I caught your clips so quick is because I actually have a button set up to clip your stream on my stream deck. So if I'm watching when I'm, because if I'm modding, I have a whole bunch of buttons set up when I'm modding for people, and one of them is to clip stuff because clips, Twitch really puts a lot on clips. And so it's very helpful if you get a lot of clips for your stream. So people, you can clip me all day long. I don't care what you clip. I'm happy for there to be clips. It's fine. Let's talk about the audio. So obviously I have a ton of audio on the screen. I'm sorry, I have a lot of audio stuff set up. But if you go into this little gear right here, so you can look at the advanced audio properties. You're going to see, oh, commercial. Why would there be a commercial right then? Gotta walk Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno. No, no, no. Yeah, I will wait through the ad. It's fine. It's fine. You all just let me know when you're back and then we'll talk about audio. It gives me a second to set up my tablet that I didn't set up because, I was busy. Feel good. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. It's Danulis. Hello, Danulis. How are you today? Nope. Neither of those are the words of the day. They've already guessed the two words of the day today, so you can keep guessing. Rose or Shinjack might be able to help you out with them. Rose guessed both of the words of the day already. And as usual, they have to do with what I did on my last stream or what I talked about on my last stream. We talked about it, CJ. Oh no. Oh no, you've just awoken. Well, hello. I am glad that you are awake. Got that set up and running. Good, good, good. Okay. Oh, I didn't get my coffee of the day. Wait, who just got a coffee? I heard it. A Neapolitan latte. I'm not sure how I feel about that one, Crazy Cat Lady. I don't think I've had it. Your project isn't going well. What's going on, Stray? I had to get my coffee. Cinnamon roll latte. Nice. Your roommate's puppy woke you up? Aw, but puppies are so cute. Hello, herb emoji. Welcome in. And ooh, the tan line latte. That's actually a good one. Hard recreating JSON. Why? 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 Why are we recreating JSON files? I don't understand. Hmm. No. No, 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 no. It's it has the coffee and then it's got like there's coffees like it out there now and it's like the big thing to have like the cream that floats on the top. And I can't think of what they call it, but it's that kind of a coffee. They woke me up knocking over the coat rack and things. Oh, oh, was the pupper okay? Aw, I could use about 4 more cups of coffee for that matter. It's vitally important that I do my utmost. Oh, mm. I'm guessing that we're back from commercial now too. So well, CJ walked away though. I now I don't want CJ to miss this. I've got to look. I have. Oh my gosh, where is it? My list of sound channels. They were happy to see me and not limping. Well, that's good. So you assume so. Pets and rubs for a few minutes. Aww. And then the roommates get gathered it. Well, hopefully the puppy is fine then. That sounds like they're fine. I am currently looking, sorry, I'm looking for my list for my sound settings. There it is. Found it. So I can tell you what my channels are set up at. So when we were talking about setting up the Twitch VOD, that I said don't pick channel 1 for it, because channel 1, when you have your let me make this a little bigger. When you have your 6 audio channels, channel 1 is what is live right now. So this whatever is checked in the 1 box is what's going to play live on your stream. So if I went down and I found this is the one for my microphone, right? If I went in here and I said I don't want it on VOD 1, you can't hear me on stream anymore. I'm guessing. I mean, to me, it looks like everything's playing through, but can you hear me? You can't hear me? If you're using closed captions, it's still showing the closed captions. Nice, Danulis. So, 1 is what's playing on the stream. So you don't want that to be your selection for your Twitch VOD. You want to pick any of the other channels. Yes, exactly. And I have, if you have closed captioning on, the closed captioning was continuing to show you what I was saying because of an extension that I use in OBS, which I'm going to show you when I go through OBS extensions after this. but you want to pick any of these other ones. I have picked track 2 to be my Twitch VOD. So mm, I only want check marks in what I want to be recorded on my VOD. So sometimes blurp, as you can see, I have blurp right here. Sometimes blurp has sound effects that play that are copyrighted. And I don't want to deal with a copyright strike simply because somebody played a sound effect that ended up being copyrighted. So I do not have that checked on my VOD. Um, this doesn't even have any sound. My games, all of my games, obviously, I want on the VOD, so they're all checked into the VOD. Then the desktop audio and audio 2, currently I have those set up that play pretty much anything, but definitely alerts and sound effects and things like that that I again don't want on my VOD in case something is played that has that is copyrighted, like the soda pop K-pop redeem. I don't want that to be on my VOD. I love that sound effect. I love hearing it on my stream, but I don't want it on my VOD because I don't want my VOD to end up getting a DMCA strike or getting muted. And especially on the YouTube side. So actually my YouTube VOD is set up for channel 6, but that's a whole nother story. Oh, is it working now? Good. I do like that. I will go into the extension I use for that. As you can see on my screen down here, it is showing me the closed captioning that it is catching and putting out for me, which I find very handy. I do have Discord on my VOD, but that's because if I so choose to put Discord onto my stream, I most likely want it to be on my VOD so people can hear the conversations. So channel 1 is everything that's currently playing live. So if you everything you want to hear on your stream, you have to have checked in box 1. If you uncheck it from box 1, nobody's going to hear it on your stream. Now, the other channels I have going on here, it's funny. So I have 2 is for my Twitch VOD. So I uncheck anything I don't want showing on my VOD. My Spotify sound. So my music. My music. If you are using a music service of some kind, make a separate audio for it and make sure that you don't have it checked to be on your VOD. I actually, channel 5 is specifically for my music, so that when I then import my recording into DaVinci Resolve, it's going to give me all 6 soundtracks at the bottom. And I know that the music soundtrack is there and I can cut it out if I'm making a video to put someplace. I can leave it in if the music is okay. I can make those choices when I'm editing my video. The same thing goes with for the like I have to look down my list. So not Discord, but not the Spotify sound. Stream stickers is new and I had not come in here to fix this. That's funny. That's funny. So I want it off of the 2 and 3 is for games. So all of my games are only on channel 3 so that when I'm editing my VODs, I can turn the sound up on my game more if I need to hear it more in the video I'm editing. So that way, if it was too quiet during my stream, I can at least turn it up in the VOD so it's easier to hear. 4 is for all of the other sounds, like alerts and pop-ups and those type of sounds They sit on this one right here, so I might leave that on there, yes. But I don't want it on 6. Okay. Again, my game, this is a game. I want it on the VOD. I want it to be there, but it doesn't need to be on all of those channels. I think that's all of them. But that's it. So when you pick your track, oh my gosh, Stray. Yeah, 4 is just an etc. for me. Again, 2 through 6, you can set them up however you want to split up your sounds. And most of my choices are made based on how I edit things and what I want for videos. So my music definitely has its own track. Um, my games have its own track. And then the Twitch VOD needs to have its own track. I did make a YouTube VOD or TikTok VOD, a TikTok VOD, a TikTok VOD channel so that I could, when I do my audio in DaVinci, I can literally turn off 1 through 5 and only have 6 and record, edit whatever I want for the video. And I know it's only going to have the sounds that I want for YouTube or for TikTok so that I don't get muted or a DMCA strike. Best I could do, take it or leave it. And a lot of people don't realize they can do this. And so I like to make sure that people know about it. Like that's how and why I play lots of different music on my stream. If you can hear the music in the background, I'm not trying to play the music super loud because I don't need to play it super loud. It's technically multiple recording files. Do you use DaVinci Resolve, CJ? I happen to like DaVinci Resolve. And I only use the free version because I'm broke and I'm cheap. So, yeah. I did not know. I just turned the camera because you're moving. Go lay down. I I do like DaVinci Resolve a lot. I have no idea what I'm doing with DaVinci Resolve. Everything I do in it is self-taught, which is one of the reasons I'm doing these Sunday setup clubs. I have had no formal training. I started the stream out saying I am not a professional. I have no formal training. I have no formal training. Everything has been self-taught, and that's why I don't want to gatekeep any of the knowledge I've made, and I want to share it with you guys. And hopefully it helps you as well. 10 years ago. Nice. You just installed it recently and will be using it. It has a learning curve to it. It definitely does. If you've used any type of video editing software previously, that will probably help you. I had never done anything of the sort when I first started using DaVinci. So you're just a simple streamer making his way in the Twitch domain. Exactly. We all are. That's why we shouldn't gatekeep information from each other if we can help each other. So we talked about the VODs, and I'm glad to share the VOD stuff. When I am playing my music, by the way, so I do not have any formal training for audio. But here's what I know from everything that I've watched, researched, learned, and dealt with myself. Your mic should be hitting in the high yellow to red. Mine's actually turned down just a touch. I don't know why. It's probably because I was fighting earlier between where it was coming from. I could stand to turn that up a little bit. It's all good. You don't want it to be peaking in the red all the time because that's not good. And I've said it 100 times and I'm going to say it again. Audio is probably the most important piece of your stream. People will watch a grainy video or a bad camera and deal with it. But if you have bad audio or audio that clips a lot or has static or has whatever other issues, a lot of background noise or people in the background making a lot of noise, people aren't going to watch. They're going to leave. They are going to leave. Hit the red for support for the deaf. That is true. That is true. I just don't like to peek out in the red too much because it's very touchy. There, I just moved it, so I'm just into the red. I don't want it to peek out up here though. And then music for the background. Let me go down to my music. Jeez, oh Pete. You usually want to keep your background like it's just supposed to be kind of in the just a little background noise that you're using. You really should keep it down in the 40 to 45 range, which is where this is hitting at right now. That's 36. So the 40 to 45. My sound alerts and other alerts that pop up in the background, I try to keep them just into the top of the green, maybe barely into the yellow, because I don't want it to be so overpowering for those few seconds that it plays that it hurts people's ears or makes people not want to keep watching. When I go to my break, I try to make sure that the music that plays while I'm at my break does not peak as high as when I'm talking. Because I don't know if you've ever noticed when you're watching TV, have you ever noticed if you're watching a program on the TV and then it goes to commercial and the commercials are 10 times louder than what you were watching? What do? You mute it, right? You mute it or change the channel or walk away. So you don't want your other things to blast people out of their chair because a lot of people don't want to hear that. So if you're going to your break and you have a music or video or something that plays while you're going to your break, you don't want it to be louder than you were on your stream. If I did get back into it, I will have it muffled and silent to tell people that's how it sounded for me. Oh. Unfortunately, mine has to hit the red for people. Is it hitting the red? Because I don't think I've ever had a problem hearing you on your stream. Ever. So the tracks you select in advanced audio properties just determined how many. Yes. Yes, I will. I'll go back over to that. Thank you for the question, CJ. So when you go to output and you come down here to recording, when you pick these, this is just simply telling OBS what tracks to add to the recording so that when you put it into DaVinci, all of those tracks will be there. If I wasn't currently using this, I could change these tracks. So if, say, you don't need to put one because technically everything that's on one should be on the rest of these, right? I mean, technically, if you split it up that way, you really don't need to record one. I do out of habit. It's a thing. So we talked about audio. We talked about the different tracks. Any questions on those so far? Oh, God. That's so funny that my next topic is lighting and I don't even have my light on. So, what? Wait, what? Why did you stream mute me for what? I didn't mute you. What happened? Rose, what happened? Did you get in trouble? Uh, your audio stays in the red. Huh. Yes, you make I love it. Yes, I'll give you a hall pass. You can run to the bathroom. Just don't take too long. Should you invest in ring lighting for streaming? So, it's a really good question. Yes, but do you need to? No. So, you're gonna laugh, but the light that I just turned on, the light I just turned on is not a ring light. It's not an Elgato light. It's not any special streaming light that you have to go and spend 20, 50, or $100 on. It's none of those. I am going to pull up what it is because you are going to be like, what? So, wow. I don't know if this will pull it up right, but we'll see. No, not exactly. Let me see. I don't want to pull it down from where it is because it was a real pain in the ass for me to put it where it is, just because I'm fat and can't get back there easily. This. This is my light. I have 2 of these actually. And I didn't spend $10 on mine. That's funny. You can get them much cheaper in other places. All right, you did not go where I wanted you to go. By the way, I don't like Home Depot, just so you know, but if I pulled this up on Menards, which is where I would normally go buy it myself, a lot of you probably don't. Yes, a coupe light. Yes. It is simply it is a this is all it is. Without the wires on the front. I still can't believe they're charging $10 for it now. I think I got mine for like $3 or $4, maybe $5. Literally, this is what it is. Well, the best light is always natural light. Yes. So you want to filter it though. So you don't want the light bulb from this shining straight at you. But it is so cheap to make a filter for this. All you do is take a piece of paper. I swear to God, a piece of paper, people. Paper, white paper. And tape it over the front of it. I actually cut mine in a circle to fit it, and it's taped on the front of it. That will diffuse and filter the light enough that you don't get the harsh, bright light straight from the light bulb. That's it. I have 2 of those. I used to have them set up on each side on my original setup, but then I went out. Well, I got so excited that I could afford to go and get like some real streamer lights. Like, oh my God, it was so exciting. They're shit. They were not top of the line of any kind, and I can't afford to go get Elgato lights. They're freaking expensive. So I got these ones that were like 20 or 30 bucks. I think it was like 30 bucks for a 2-pack, and they're horrible. They won't stay lit. They do weird things. They're constantly broke. I like these clamp lights because you can clamp them wherever you want. So my original setup, I had one of them was clamped onto a shelf that was over on one side. The other one, I didn't have a place to clamp it to anything. So I got a broom. How funny is this? I got a broom and I pinned a broom standing up between my desk and the wall so that the broomstick handle was up high enough, and I clamped it to the broomstick handle. And that is how I set up my lighting for my first setup. It was just, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get started. You really don't. See, now I'm gonna go back and read. You guys are just going crazy. I gotta keep up now. God. All right. I'm going back. I'm going back. So Emoji, this is my first setup club. And yes, going forward every Sunday, we're gonna be doing this. We're gonna be working our way through all the different things to set up and stream from start to what I have now, including explaining how to use StreamerBot and how I make stinger transitions and things like that. I went back a bit. I went back a bit far. I didn't realize how far I went back. Wait, what did I miss? Wait, but simple. It's the Bezos trap. Oh my gosh. I swear if I get back into it, I'll have, nope, we did that one, read that one, read that one. I still don't understand why Rose talked about, I must have, oh, you must have pressed a button. Got it. Oh no. You were watching someone's speed build the other day and they had clearly used their desktop audio for their post video. Ouch. But with all the edits and jump cuts, the music jumped all around. See? And that's why you need it on a separate track all to its own so you can just take it right out. Just take it right out. Soundtracks, if you don't want the sounds. Yes. Yes, that is how that works. Let me finish going back down through these. Okay. Ring lights are good. I have a ring light. I'm not using it, but I do have one. It was a very inexpensive one, and so it doesn't have a good stand, and it's kind of a pain. But I do plan on putting it, these two other lights I got that are crap, I'm going to use the stands to put the ring light on one of the stands. A Walmart light. It's called Remote Dimmable Bedside Lamp Glow Balls for Bedroom Decorative. Interesting. That sounds like a warm, diffused light. It doesn't get hot, by the way, because I'm not using the bulbs are like LED bulbs these days, so they don't get that hot. Thank God. You can get lights that the cheap pack of lights I got that doesn't work right. I mean, I may have just gotten a bad set. I don't know. But you can get a set and they have a stand. The stand is adjustable from this high to like 3 foot or something like that, which is very handy. Which is why I'm going to reuse the bases from them to put other stuff on. Probably one of them is going to be a camera, but all right. Sound tracks. You don't want the sound. You uncheck the settings. Yes. So let's go back to that. Here. So yes. As ancient stream rituals. Oh, gotcha. Oh, gotcha. My God, you're so funny. Let's observe chat in its natural habitat in the wilds of Harry Yeager Games chat. A curious pack gathers. A man called Stray drops bits like breadcrumbs while CJ Hilljack navigates the OBS jungle. Danulis reminisces about ancient streaming rituals. And lighting tips bloom like rare flowers. Amidst tech talk, a call for magical Sims echoes. Season 5 awaits. And somewhere, a bathroom break is requested. Nature is ever in motion. Oh my God, that is so funny. So yeah, Herb Emoji, I don't know. I think I've asked you before if you're a streamer and you told me you weren't. So literally what I'm working on the Sundays is how to stream from beginning to end, how to the quick and easy setup, like the lights, quick and easy. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to have a great camera either, although I don't have a horrible camera. Um, yeah, really, OBS. You need OBS and a computer that can run OBS and a game at the same time. Really, that's all you need. Then, if you want to add a camera, you need a camera to put your face on stream, which then means you're going to need lighting and things like that. But the basic setups, man, it's nothing. Oh, that's a good song. CJ, that's a good song. So I am not a VTuber stray, so I don't have a lot. I mean, I'm going to talk about my little PNG people, my little floppy heads and stuff, because that is a form of VTubing. So yeah, let's set a stream. I love it. If you look at my account, it's all set up for stream. Ooh, you did all the graphics and stuff, but you just have no way to stream on your PC. It can barely run the OBS. Oh no, barely run the operating system. Oh, I get that. I get that. Um, well, hopefully at some point maybe you will be able to upgrade your computer and then you can. Some people even get a second computer and do a dual computer streaming. That way, if they have a computer that can run a game, but it can't run a game and OBS, they can stream from a second computer and game on the first one. I have wanted to set up a dual streaming setup more than once, but I have yet to do it. All right, are we back from commercial? Fabulous. So, CJ, I don't know if you were here when I did this the first time, but I will do it again. So in my setup here, this is my mic that I'm talking to you all on. If I go over to here, I told you line 1, track 1 is what is live on stream. If I uncheck a box, it no longer puts it through to that location. So now you can't hear me, but Danulis can read my lips, and my closed captioning is still picking up my words. If I turn that box back on, it's fine. So if this is your VOD track and you don't want like my Spotify music, I don't want my music on that track, I do not have it checked. Track 5 is just for my music. So it has its own audio track when I put it into DaVinci. So it has its own track. My games are all on track 3, so they have a separate track just for game sounds. I was pretty good at one point about making sure that nothing else was on it. I have things that don't actually make sound that show up in here. It's kind of annoying. Aw, Stray, that was so nice. Thank you for that gift emoji to Herb Emoji. So nice. I've heard of someone setting up a laptop as the stream box. Yes. And video capturing the potato box. Yes. So I have like my massive hello, casual elephant. How are you doing? Welcome to the Sunday setup stream. If you want to do it that way, Herb Emoji, you just need to get a capture card, really. If for say, I don't know if you have a second computer or whatever, but you could do that. I have not done that yet, but I want to at some point. When I got my new beast of a computer, I wanted to use my old computer as my streaming computer, and do a dual box setup, but it didn't happen. It's okay. Yes. Streambox, they're saying that they have 2 computers One is for streaming only, so it's their stream box, and the other computer is the computer they're gaming on. And so they take the video and gameplay and sound from their gaming one and feed it through a capture card so that the streaming computer then picks up everything from the capture card and it has the OBS and it is putting out the stream to Twitch and etc. You almost fell off. You know a streamer that did that specifically for Stalker 2 because the game was so intensive. Yes, there have been a few games like that that have just really taken a lot of resources. Rose says that's what her brothers were trying to get you to do, was use a laptop for OBS to help with your PC, but you cannot. What do you mean you cannot? Do you not have a capture card, or did the laptop not handle the OBS? I mean, it could be a few things. It can be a lot to have two separate computers. There are apps and stuff that can help you use it all from one computer, but it is just easier. It's just easier for some people to have that second computer for streaming. Good morning, by the way, Casual Elephant. I saw you said you were waking up. This is the place. Don't forget to grab your coffee from the channel point redemptions if you're just waking up. I'm trying to hope I didn't miss anybody talking. Oh my gosh. Yes, Sammy is being very feisty at the moment. Yes, very feisty. Oh, it's a Rose problem, not a PC problem. I see. She doesn't have a potato. She is the potato. Oh my gosh, Danulas. What did you get? Oh, the Butterbear Latte. I happen to like that one. That's good. Casual Elephant, you have tried dual PC setup. Oh, the Kerbal Space Program with mods was fighting over CPU cord with OBS. Oh, yeah. Fighting for the cores. Fighting for the cores. So, let me ask you, if you don't mind. Uh-oh, hold on. Casual Elephant, when you set up your dual streaming PC, what was your opinion of it? Was it easier to use that way? Or did it just add a little too many more problems? You can wait over there, Kat. Too many more problems to deal with, like having to deal with a separate computer and a mouse and a keyboard for a second computer. I mean, there's a lot of things. Oh yeah, if you hadn't left your bed, you'd already be there. Danulis. Oh, ooh, the chai charger. Okay, okay. That's true. CJ, you have a capture card hooked up to your camera. Yes. Yep, my DB has a capture card because he uses an actual camera, like a real camera for his as well. It is a lot of complexity, but once you figure it out, it's worth it. I really want to do a dual setup. I do. Oh my God. Did you guys see? Oh, I can't think of what company it is. They are putting out a PC, a desktop box that is a dual box. It has a dual setup in the box. They're marketing it for dual streaming, like that, dual box streaming, or for married couples that want to share one PC box in a shared room, which I found funny. Could you sit down back here? Thanks. No. Sit right here. Oh my God. What are you doing to the camera? Stop. Oh my God. Jeez. No yeah, CJ, any latency issues with having your cameras? I don't think DB's having any latency with his. You know how sometimes a game just completely locked up your PC for yes, 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 yes. Danila's got a capture card for hooking up consoles. That's another reason to use a capture card for sure. I set up my audio to be my Yeti mic. Nice. They call it. No, I cannot remember what it was called. There was some big convention somewhere, and this company had it in their setup, and there's all kinds of TikTok videos and stuff about it out there. I just cannot remember what it's called right now for the wait. The name has something to do with Capone. It's something Capo is the name of the P is what they named the PC. It won't work with all cameras. Right. Yes, DB, I can't remember what DB has. It's a Canon or something. We got him a really nice camera because he likes to take pictures. He's like really into photography. And so, but then he decided to use that as his actual camera for stream. So we had to get him a capture card. Oh, and now she's leaving. Well, well, who wants to share their PC? I agree. When I read that, now at one point in time, DB and I have had to share an office. Actually, more than once, we've had to share an office. And I can tell you, space wise, it would have been nice if there was one PC, one box to have to squeeze into the office instead of two. But yeah. And plus the amount of heat it put off. A shared Gemini toilet. Oh my god, that's terrible to Nulis. It was really nice when OBS doesn't get swept up in a general software crash brought on by a hiccup in a game. Oh, yeah. Oh, casual. That's, yeah, I can see that for sure. She was begging for treats. She got her treats and now she's left. That's the kind of cat she is. You and DB need in your new pottery room. Oh my god, Shinjak. We don't get to have a pottery room until the daughter moves out. That will be our creative room once she moves out. Yeah. It's two words, and capo is the second word. That's it. Thank you, CJ. That is the capo X. That is exactly what it is. Look at CJ found it. See, oh, I'm gonna put that in my. Hold on. We're gonna. I'll show it on here because I think it's hilarious. I hope you guys had sound with that because I left my OBS up behind it. Ah, it's just crazy. I'm hoping to find. Oh, this is from the actual thing, and they have two different versions of it there. It's just crazy. I don't understand this. Who wants to who wants to share? I don't want to share. I think it's kind of a dumb idea too. I yes. It's going to put off a lot of heat. You're right. And if you saw, it was fans at the back, fans at the side, and fans at the bottom to put it was a lot of fans because it's putting off so much heat. It's crazy. It is crazy. And now that I'm not showing that, I'll put the cat cam back on. Don't worry. Of course, she came back right then too. I didn't look up the cost on it either, but no. And AI is unnecessary. I agree. I agree. When I saw it was stacked, I thought it was funny too, Danulis. The PC I'm on is technically a shared PC, but hubby doesn't use it often. He recently got himself a laptop. So it won't have his work one anymore. It is cool looking. It is cool looking. And if you were going to use it like to dual stream, I think that would be a cool setup for dual streaming, except that it's going to put off a lot of heat. Rose, who do you know would want to share? And I agree. Um, Junie and Sven, I could see them using that. I could. It's funny. Yep. Wake me up when I can house 50 PCs on my desk. Oh my gosh, no. I wouldn't want it for streaming. Oh, you don't want someone else? No, 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 no. I wouldn't let somebody else on it. I would have that dual setup where one of those two pieces is simply for streaming and the other one would be for my gaming. So it's all my computer. I'm not sharing it with anybody, but it has the dual PC for a dual PC setup for streaming. You think it's a net decrease in heat output for your PCs with the dual? Oh, really? Diminishing returns with how much heat a PC outputs versus performance. Yeah. I could see very limited uses in it. Like if you had a mocap rig set up or something. Yeah, okay. I thought of the filthies. Yeah, I immediately thought of the filthies when I saw that. I thought they would love that. But your sister and her hubby too? Oh, nice. A full body tuber streamer if they needed the extra PC space and for processing. Yeah, definitely. Couples who game together all the time. Okay, so my husband and I don't game together all the time, but we did have to share an office for a while, but I still wouldn't want to share a PC with him. Did you not hear me talk about his file setup or lack thereof? I don't want to share a PC with him. You cracked a soda for well, you enjoy that soda. I will drink some coffee for you. No problem. But he would hate it, but she would do it. Oh my God, I love that. Oh, well, but you're not gonna, you're sharing a PC, but not in that way. You're literally sharing a PC. I really hope that you guys have a good idea of how you're going to do your file management between your two setups. So since you're going to be using the same PC, just turn off the computer and both get shut down. That would be terrible. Oh no. I feel like they each should have their own power button. Maybe. I don't know. I have a lot of effects going on with my PC. I'm not a full rig VTuber, but I got just about as much tracking going on. Oh wow. I do not like sharing. Don't touch my shit. That's how I feel, Rose. I feel that way. Oh, for sure. You're going to be doing all that. Okay, Stray. Good. Good, good. Yeah, I understand your reasoning that you guys are sharing a PC. I just definitely plan out your file organization going into it and not after the fact, please. Okay. Yeah, that dual PC setup though, I laughed so hard when I saw that. Thank you for finding that for me, CJ. That was fabulous. All right. We are gonna cover one more thing and then I'm gonna take my break. And that is for those of you using OBS. That's right. If it's expensive, it does not solve a budget issue. If you're still gonna pay what it would cost to have two separate PCs, why not just buy two separate PCs instead of trying to cram them into one box? So, those of you using OBS, do you know about different profiles in OBS? Now, because I am currently live, I can't switch between mine. But if you're sharing a PC, I'm looking at you, Sierra and Stray. And so you'll be sharing your OBS. Please know that under scene collection, you can have different profiles set up. Look at this. I have one that says DB. This is because I was working on setting up a new setup for him that I just wanted to import and outpour over to him because I don't like his computer. I have mine. I have it originally. It comes up with one untitled. I at one point had made a completely separate setup for streaming Vintage Story. I decided not to use it after I started using it and then decided I just wanted everything on one profile so I didn't have to fight between profiles. Being the lone streamer on this computer, sometimes that was a problem getting my Stream Deck to reconnect to stuff properly when I switched profiles. But it is a way to have different profiles. Like I could make a separate profile and set up a whole new streaming setup specifically for Sunday Setup Club and change I've thought about this already, by the way. I've thought about it. Changing the entire setup and making a whole new, all new scenes, a whole new setup just for Sundays, which is would be very possible. It just takes you so long to get things right that it, oh yeah. Are you talking about in a game or in OBS, Rose? Don't know how you, wait, where'd that go? How you got it working so it can't be changed? Right. You had a profile for a work event, right? I was in charge of streaming. It is very handy if you're going to do other things. Maybe you're going to set up an alt account, a second account that is going to be all VTubing. And it has nothing to do with your main account and people might not even know it's you. So you might want to set up a completely different profile for it. But yes, the profiles are very handy. Plus, in the scene collection, you'll also see you can make the new one. You can duplicate one you already have. Say you want to make it use a lot of the same assets, but you don't want to have to remake all those assets. You can just hit duplicate and then go in and rearrange your assets for what you want. You can rename it. You can delete one. I really should delete a couple. Import and export. You can take the one you're on. You can export it to a save file. You can share that file with other people and they can download it into their OBS using import, which is how when I'm making the one for DB, when I'm done, I will export it and then I'll send it to him, and then I'll go to his computer and I'll import it. So, yeah. PC OBS game settings, yeah. I and that's why, Rose, mm, I'm doing this from scratch, from setup scratch. Like, where do you start at in order to make it so that that doesn't happen? I have broken things in my stream before I was really organized about my files, and I had no idea. I just made a whole new profile because I couldn't figure out what I broke, and I started from scratch all over again. It's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. So if you can keep things organized from the start, when something breaks, it's easier to go to figure out what and fix it. So you don't have to go through all the work of remaking everything. All right. So we talked about profiles. I'm going to take my break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about OBS extensions. So the extensions like how to get a vertical canvas, why I have this down here, how to get closed captioning without having to use one of your Twitch add-ons. Because I can't think what they're called in Twitch. I'll look it up before I come back, but there you don't have to use one of your two on-screen Twitch settings or one of your 3 setups for your panels just to have closed captioning. You can do it straight through OBS. And it works, and I love it. So, it's like all this info goes into temp files, and I get it when I'm doing it, and if I step away, it's like it deletes everything in your brain. Oh my god, I understand. 'Cause I'm about to go and, after this, talk about some things, like the OBS extensions, and when I first downloaded them and used them, ooh, I knew exactly what I was doing. I figured it all out. It was great. I haven't touched a lot of them in a while. So it's going to be a whole relearning process for all of us. So, yes. All right, I'm going to go to break. I will be back in just a few minutes. Oh, I agree. I took that 2-year hiatus, CJ, and it totally has taken a lot to get back in the swing of things. Bio break. We'll be back. So, were the redemption sounds playing for you guys before the break? Like the cat treat redemption and that stuff? Did you guys hear those? Because what I'm seeing makes it look like none of my sounds were playing through the right channels. Well, that's weird then. That's just weird. I'm worried they won't now, though, because I had to change something. Yeah. That's what I was afraid of. It's not my computer. That's the thing. I know that it's Wavelink 3.0 that's causing the problem. I 100% know what's causing it. I just can't fix it right now. Here we go. So, yeah, I had it is definitely Wavelength 3.0 that's causing the issue, but I'm not sure why it's causing an issue. It's strange. I'm ready to go back to my original sound settings though, and get rid of. I was hoping to use Wavelength 3.0. They went on and on about how great it was and how because they're making it free for everyone to use instead of you having to buy an Elgato Wave microphone to use it. It's just so great. Well, I don't entirely believe it's that great. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not happy with it. It's caused nothing but problems. But that's all right. I can go back to my original sound settings I was using and everything worked just fine. There's just a couple things that I was going to be able to do by using 3.0 that I won't be able to do now, but that's okay. Yeah. It also could be an update is needed, which I did not check for updates before my stream. I swear, there's like an hour-long checklist of crap to do before you stream, and I don't want to do it half the time. So there you go. Then you have problems like this. But all right, I said when I came back we were going to talk about extensions. So plugins is what they're called. This, hold on. This is let me go back to that. I love it. Thank you, Danulis. Need to create yourself a check. Yes, and laminate it. My God, me too. But I keep adding things to it, so I'm gonna need a dry erase marker to write on the laminate then. But anyway, so up here in the tools, there's plugin manager. This shows all the plugins that I am currently using in OBS. So I have a lot of them. And some of them I'm not actually using right this second, but have plans to use. But let's look at a couple here. It is a lot of plugins, but if you want to do cool things, you gotta have plugins. So This one down here, Win Capture Audio, I put that plugin on before they added, let me see if I can do it. Do, do, do. Ah, yeah. So I'm looking for one that is. I don't think I have one on this screen that is, though. Dang it. Well, I'll pull this one up because at least. So when you first download a scene, the screen comes up. Obviously, this one's from a URL. The with them right here. This right here. Control audio via OBS. There's that, and then there is creating. They added this audio application capture beta. That didn't used to be part of it. So the other one that you see that I added, the mod, the plugin that I added adds this choice, which they do pretty much the same thing. I find the one from the plugin to be less buggy, I think is how I'm going to put it. I know it's going to work when I use it. Although I will point out that it looks like why is that not? This is so annoying. So my that stupid pop-up at the bottom for my oh my god, what is it? My music is still not working. It was working yesterday when I was not streaming, and now it's not working again, and I don't know why. That is so weird. Okay. So that's one of the plugins, was just to make separate audio channels for stuff so I could have more control over what sounds were being heard, which is what I was using before Wavelink 3.0. And then I moved a bunch of my audio to Wavelink thinking, oh, it's such a great thing. I should use it. I'm not liking it. I'm going to go back to having my audio all in OBS, and that's where I control it from, because I obviously have more control over it. Now, this cloud closed captions, this plugin is what you see that does my closed captioning so that I don't have to use one of my few sources through Twitch. And I love how it works. It picks up only the words that come through my microphone and only when I'm streaming. So if I'm not streaming, it does not pick up anything and turn it into CC. I was using the 3.0 audio channels to put Discord and my microphone into the same audio channel and put that through the mic auxiliary device setting in OBS so that this closed captioning would pick up all voices and turn it into closed captioning. And I used it and it does work. But obviously if 3.0 would not put my microphone on stream today for some reason, it's not working well enough for me to keep using it, which is kind of heartbreaking. Downstream Keyer, that plugin is used. Let me move this a little bit. Right down here, this is the downstream keyer. So when you guys do the redemption for the barrel roll, it uses the downstream keyer. And I don't know if I can properly explain what it does. More or less, it makes it so that the scene that I have picked into here will play over top of any scene that I have, as long as I have that picked on here. I don't know another way to explain that without having to. I don't have to like put a source for it into every scene, it just automatically does it. There was a whole video on how to set that up, by the way. It was quite nice. And I got that from uh Nutty. However, I have also seen it from I've seen it in a couple other places as well. Let me see here. Gradient source. So the frame around this, when this one is from Stream Elements. I love this close. I love this plugin so much. I do. Um, I'm gonna do a stream on how to set up the different plugins to use them. I don't have time to go through how to put them all in, but I'm gonna tell you the ones I have and what I use them for. That way in the future, it'll be on my resource list on my Twitch page, a listing of these. Because you just download them from the OBS database, which is very nice. So the gradient source went this, like I said, this frame is from Stream Elements. But because I don't want to use Stream Elements for everything anymore, I want to have it all set up actually in OBS. I can use the gradient source to make the gradient colors. And there is another, I believe it is this, is it this one? Either Advanced Max or Slope or Stroke Glow Shadow that I can make it turn then. And I'm using a mask to make the frame. I don't know if anybody else, I mean, using a different shape for your camera is an interesting thing to do, I think. Move transition. So I use that instead of a stinger transition mostly. And that one is when I, you know how my camera flies across the screen? That's done with move, the move transition. So if I go to here, anything that is on the scene, I'm going to moves to the new position, and anything new grows in the scene. I don't know a better way to explain it, but like that. So these three items, my chat, and the two cameras, are in the next scene in a different location. So they slide to the other location. And the next scene, the screen is new, so it grows from the side while everything moves together. I like it. It's a preference thing, and if you want to use something like that for yours, move transition's pretty easy to set up. We'll go over that one too. It does. And that's because I have different audio set up on the different scenes. Let me go back one. Let me go back to the other scene. So it's still me. Still has Spotify. Oh, that's hilarious. I don't know why it's being that way. It's definitely because there were, so it's Spotify sound that I'm using. I didn't delete. That's so funny. I haven't deleted this off the other scene yet. That's why I'm betting the music got louder from this scene. But yeah, I like it. And thank you for saying it's polished. That's why I liked it. I thought it was a polished look. That's why I wanted to use it. Now, other plugins that I use and how I use them. Source clone and source copy are so handy if you are going to start building your scenes in OBS. You're not going to use Stream Elements or Streamlabs. You're going to build them yourself in OBS, because once you have a source, it's so much easier to clone what you've done onto each scene instead of having to rebuild what you've made over and over and over. So, Stream Deck for OBS, gotta have that. The advanced masks, I love advanced masks. It has so I use that in making my floppy heads. Oh, Sheridan, hello. Hello, hello. Shade filter, it just puts shading on things so that they pop off the screen a little bit more. Stroke Glow Shadow, this is a really cool add-on, and it's used in your sources. So let me see. I didn't make one on this scene yet because I haven't finished upgrading all my scenes. But if I go, I'm worried I don't have a microphone set up on this other scene, but I'm going to go to it anyway. And yes, I do have mic on here. Great. So I told you I'm rebuilding all of my things. So on this scene, the cat cam on this scene is actually the one that I've made in OBS. And then underneath it is the old one. So this one is the one that's from Stream Elements. And now I turned on the one that I made here. So if I go to the one from Stream Elements, the source is a clone. So the camera, I cloned the camera. And it says that it's a clone of a certain cat cam. It's just the camera. If we look at that camera's filters, you'll see that it's filtered with a mask for the shape. That's it. I wish I could make this work, but for some reason, the background removal doesn't recognize the cat as part of the foreground, sadly, so it won't work. The frame that's in there, which is funny, it's such a weird frame. If we look at the filters for that, I don't have any filters on this. It just is the frame because this is from Stream Elements. So I have a frame on Stream Elements that automatically does the rotation and all that stuff, which is nice if you want to keep using Stream Elements, which I currently am on most things. But I needed to remake. You guys can't see that, can you? Oh. Thank you. Hold on. Do. Hi, look, we're back. I'm going to have to make it a little smaller, though. So, as I was trying to show you, sorry, that the the camera in my original, or the frame in my original one is from, if I go into properties, it's a URL, it's from Stream Elements. I wanted to remake that frame, and I did it here in OBS. It is this one here. And if we look at the properties of it, you'll see that it literally is a frame that I made here. I have the size, would you believe I can't remember which one I used to make it now? Gradient source. Aha! So this is the gradient source. So I made the gradient source, and it makes the gradient going from the pink to the teal. And I was able to rotate it. Right here, there's a rotation that I could pick to rotate the source. Now, here's the thing. I then, in order to make it a frame, had to put a filter and put a mask on it. So there's a mask. If I don't have the mask, it's just this big thing. But if I put the mask on, that's it. So what is the mask, you ask? I literally have a frame that I have in my files. That's a PNG. So I love it. If I turn that off, it does that. And that mask, if I browse my sources, literally I have both of these frames in my, remember I told you about keeping your folders organized. So in my Herren Jaeger Games folders, we're going to go to it again. There. The current stream setup, scene sources, and that's the frame. I literally said that's it. I made that the mask because it's what you see is just the outline. So it put the mask on there, and the mask tells it that only where there was something in the original picture that's being used for the mask is where we want to show anything. So there's nothing in the middle, nothing around it. It simply shows that gradient rotating only where the mask says it gets to show up at. And that's how I recreated it. And now I just have to recreate this for all of my different, well, for my big camera source as well. And then I'm going to literally copy this source because I use that plugin. I can right click on my folder that has both of those in it. I can say copy, and then I can paste. So I'm going to paste a reference. Why do I not see it? Sorry, let's paste a duplicate. There we go. Paste a duplicate. Ta-da. Uh-oh. Death at sea. If you push too far, nothing else matters. Okay. So now I have made a second source of the same camera. Look at that. This is the exact same camera. If I adjust one of them, it will change. It will not change both of them because it is a duplicate, not a reference. Now, because I have that currently copied, I can go to a different scene with it. This is why I love the source copy plugin so much. I need to remove that one. I don't need it. If I go to another, let's go over to, let's just go to just chatting. I can, again, paste a duplicate of that source. And now the one I made is here. I just need to resize it to match the one that I would be replacing. That's pretty good. It's a little off. And now I have made the same camera that is like the one from my Stream Elements, but instead I made it in OBS. So if Stream Elements decides that they're shutting down, it won't matter. All right. So that's why I use that one. Let's go back to here. What was the other one? Plugin managers, I talked about source copy and source clone. You can also, I feel like source copy you can use to bring sources into OBS quickly. I've used it, but I've used it in conjunction with some other things I downloaded and I was following directions to set something up, which is how I ended up with most of these were things that I was loading in to use, and these were what I needed to make them work. And then I have learned to use them beyond that slowly, which is why I want to do a Sunday stream where we just make things using them so we all can learn. I'm going to add them to the list of resources on my Twitch page so that you will have links to where to download each of them from. Added to my list. Does anybody have any questions about plugins? I mean, I've really just shown them to you, not really how to put them in. They are very useful. Yeah. That's the thing. I know that it's getting late on my stream and I want to give you guys time for question and answer. If you guys have questions about anything today or anything that you've seen on my streams in the past and want to know about, please ask. Now's the time. Ask me some questions, and if it's something I need to add to a future session for Sunday setup, I will. If it's something I can answer right now, I'll do that too. I love that somebody redeemed the poster in the middle of that stray, because that is one of those things that I added from using StreamerBot that took some finagling to make it work. The best way to test your audio, oh my God, it's hard. Oh, it's StreamerBot questions? Well, why don't you let me know what it is so that I can add it to my list to make sure we cover it? Ask me your question for StreamerBot and I will add it to my list. But while you're doing that, testing audio can be tricky, especially with knowing what is on your stream and not on your stream, which is why I definitely talked about going into the setup and knowing what your different tracks are for. That's important. If you like, all right, you see that some of these say monitor and output. So the blurp sounds, the Among Us band, I have it set up so that not only do you guys hear it, but I am monitoring it, which means it plays in my headset. So that's how I can check that those things are working. As for knowing if your voice is actually coming across can be touchy without actually streaming. I can go in here and I can say, hey, let's go to the mic and I want to monitor and output this. So now I hear myself in my headset, which is really hard for me to talk because I don't know if you've tried to talk while you're hearing yourself, but it's terrible. If you click monitor only mute output, you'll hear it, but nobody else will hear it. Oh, I hate that. How to have different items pop up during daily redemption. Items pop up. Oh, you mean the random list I talked about at the beginning of the stream? That I can actually show you really easily. That's one of the easiest things I can show you. Yeah, I hate hearing myself too, Shinjack. Absolutely hate it. I can't stand it. You're wondering about extensions maybe for next time. So you're talking about the OBS extensions? Yes. I definitely want to cover them. Or you're talking about like blurb and sound alerts. Okay, hold on. But it hasn't been working right. Chat doesn't hear the alerts and neither do I. Okay. You didn't have it set up in all of your scenes. Yes. So funny. We were talking about keeping files organized, but really you need to keep your scenes organized too so that you don't create more work for yourself. Because you just told me that you added that to all of your scenes, and that tells me that you've added created a bunch of extra work for yourself. So I'm going to show you how to not create that extra work for yourself. Memory sucks due to head injuries. That's okay. No, yeah, okay. So you have a $200 mic. Holy crap! That isn't supposed to pick up sound. That's not directly in front of it, but it picks up everything. Okay. So it's so funny. Have you tried putting any filters on it? Yeah. Yes, that's a double check to make sure omnidirectional sound isn't on. Yes. Barely. Right. My mic picks up what's in front of it, and I have some things on it to cut out background sound. Hmm. I can't do it right this second because I need to actually write down all the steps properly so that we can go through them. But I have a way for you to set some filters on it and to test the different filters and move them around so that they do only pick up what you want picked up. I I will add that to my audio session that we'll do. So the audio filters for a mic, well, we will cover that then because that will come up handy. We can still hear. I know. Yeah, we can still hear her, but probably not as much as we would if you weren't watching it. No, no, no. You shouldn't have to do that at all, Brett. Wow, my light just turned itself off. It's so nice. You shouldn't have to do that. N- There are settings that will help. We will work on that for sure. Your Acer has a program that uses AI to filter out everything but me. Oh, nice. All right. So there were two questions that I want to go over. And well, not questions. The first thing I'm going to talk about is your scenes and not creating more work for yourself. So my scenes that you see over here, I don't know how well you can see them. I understand it's small on the screen. I'm sorry, but I have my scenes that I actually use when I'm streaming, like my start screen and my just chatting and my game and my be right back and my end screen. Those are the only ones I actually use to stream from. But then I have a bunch of other scenes because I nest scenes within scenes so that I only have to do a setup once. So my alerts have their own scene, and all of my alerts are in that one scene, and then my alert scene is put into my scenes. So if I go, I don't know if I probably don't have them. We'll find out. Oh, you can still hear me. Great. So on this scene, this is just my alerts, and I have the movie poster is technically its own scene and is nested into this scene. My Twitch alerts, my treat stream alerts, my sound alerts, my Botrix alerts, which is for my kick stream, my blurb alerts, and then I have my metric overlays are on this scene as well. And then if I have my nutty shout out pop up is on here. My stream stickers are on here. So all of my things that have to you're looking at what I want you to see, which is that everything is on this scene. So everything's on that scene. And then I take that scene. And when I go back to any of my other scenes, like this one, I simply put that alert scene is right here so that everything that's on that alert scene gets put onto here. So all of my alerts, one time, I set them up once. And because I put that scene into my other scenes, it automatically puts them on it, puts the sound on it, pops up the audio on my audio mixer if I need to set anything. It's all right there. Only because I made a scene and nested it into this scene. So I set it up once. My floppy head is over here. It has its own scene that I built it in, and then I nested it wherever it is I had to nest it at for it to work. I don't remember where it's at right now off the top of my head. Yep. I was simply showing you that that scene is just my alerts. That way I'm not, because the more times that you add the link, the browser link for your alerts, and you saw how many I have. There's like 6 different alerts there. I said that there was sound alerts and blurp and Botrix and treat stream, and there's like 6 or 7 alerts. Each of those has a separate URL that's being connected through a browser source. And if I connected those in every scene over and over, the amount of resource heaviness that would happen in OBS would slowly bog my computer down. I have a pretty beefy computer, so I wouldn't be too worried about it myself. But if you're playing with a lower end computer that doesn't have as many resources, you want to cut as much fat out as you possibly can. And cutting out the browser sources that you're putting into every scene down to just one scene with those browser sources makes a huge difference on the amount of resources that your computer is sucking up in order to run your OBS. Fat. Yes, Rose. So the oh God. The new list. Oh my God. That was funny. Did I jump scare you? Well, maybe a little, but not as much as it could have been. So, yeah. Nesting your scenes is important. It is. Especially if you're using a lot of browser sources for things on your stream, you need to nest them. You need to make a scene that holds whatever it is once and then just put that scene into your other scenes. I have my Spotify has its own scene, which is why I'm annoyed that it's not working right now. I don't know why it's not. It was working yesterday. It's so weird. But the different things that I made all have their own scenes. You have 3 scenes that should have identical audio. So that makes sense. Well, yeah. If you're going to use something like alerts, I wanted them on all of my scenes because often when I'm in my start screen for that 10-minute start, people redeem stuff and I want those alerts to play even on that scene. So I have that alert scene even on that one. Whew, when I go to end, my end scene has it on there because people play them then too. I just, yeah. There's my start scene, my game scene. Yeah, I'm looking down the list now. Just chatting, be right back, and my end scene. I have at least 5, technically 6, different scenes that I need those alerts to be on. And if I put the browser sources for like 7 different browsers into all 6 scenes, can you imagine the strain that that would put on a lower end PC? It'd be crazy. So, yes, nesting. Nest your scenes. Um, I really don't know why this is on here. It's so weird that it's on here. Hmm. It doesn't mute it up there though. That's so weird. I feel like there's something up that or an update that I missed for either OBS and or the 3.0. All right. Now, I'm going to flip over. Okay, wait. You have to relearn how to do all that. Well, yeah, and that's why I wanted to talk. My first stream about this is about OBS, about setting up OBS and setting up your files and your scenes and how to try and keep it organized so that if something were to go wrong or to break, Rose, you can easily find what it is and get back to it. Now I'm going to quick switch over to StreamerBot for Stray and show him and all of you the daily coffee. I've shown it once before. I helped someone else use this to set up theirs. I don't remember who now. But in order to have the random flavors or random whatever get picked, you need to do a read random line from a text file. And that's why I mentioned earlier that the organizing of your stuff, my current stream setup has a file folder specifically for StreamerBot. And within that file, I have a folder just for text files. And this is my coffee file. Literally each flavor is on a line. Hit enter, next flavor, next line, hit enter. Somebody was setting up cookies. Who was it? Was that Rose? I don't remember now. Somebody was setting up cookies for their redemption. So get your notepad out right here. Get your notepad out and just make your list of what are all the different things that you want to use. Yeah, it was Rose. So if you're doing flavors of soda, if you're doing types of whiskey, if you're doing breeds of cats, whatever. I mean, I know a streamer who their daily redemption is a piece of trash. Literally, you redeem a piece of trash. It's so funny. And so each of their lines are different pieces of trash. One is a banana peel and a dirty Kleenex and an empty pop can and just whatever. Whatever you want your random redemptions to be, make your list, save your text file, make sure that you save it to a location you're not going to ever move it from, and it's going to stay there. So hence why I have it in my StreamerBot files for all of my text folders. And then in StreamerBot, you are setting up. I know, right? I'm looking forward to different flavors of soda too. So this is how my daily redemption is set up. So the first line is you need to add your Twitch target info so that when you later on do your text saying, hey, Joe Blow redeemed this many sodas and this is the soda they got, username, you need to do this or else it won't know who Joe Blow is. It won't put it in there. And that you go to add. I do this every time. I'm like, I know it's here somewhere. It's not that. It's not that. Not that. Is it chat? No. I want to add target info. Oh my God. Why is it so hard for me to find it always? Subscriber. No. User. No. Is it not there? It's got to be there. Wait. Why can I never find it? At Twitch, add target info. Twitch. See, I would think it's this, but it's not this. Oh, it is that. Oh, for Pete's sakes. Right? Get user info for target. Yes. So Twitch, user, get user info for target. And then you're going to name it % user %, because you want it to pull that as the variable for the name. So once you get that added, great. The next thing is increment user specific for the redeemer. So this is what counts how many times somebody has gotten a coffee. It is a global set action. So add core global set. We're setting it. I can't remember what was on that list now. I know that the variable name, you want to name it whatever it is. Like mine is called coffee counter. You want it to increment by 1. But you set the name of it. I mean, yours might be soda counter. I don't know what you're calling it. I'm pretty sure this needs to be user target. We'll go back and look at it. Or no, it's user redeemer. Sorry. Increment by 1. So that is what's going to make the list that's counting how many times each person has redeemed it. Then that was the set. Now we're going to do the get. So now it's the global get instead of the global set. The source is user redeemer. The variable we want it to get the count for is the coffee counter. In your case, it could be the soda counter, or it could be the cookie counter, or whatever it is that your redeem is. Name it something so you know what it is. Destination variables should be the same. That way you know what you're going to call it in your list. Then here it is. Read random line. Read random line. Literally. You're going to add. You're going to go to core. Is it in file IO? Read random line from file. And then you tell it where you saved that file. So you say, hey, I have to go here, and you know that you saved it in a specific spot, and so you're going to that specific spot. I put it in the StreamerBot file, my file of all the text things, and it's my coffee list, or it's your soda list, or it's whatever you named that list and saved it as. Say okay. So now it's got the name of it up here. And I don't think you don't have to put anything here. I'm pretty sure I didn't put anything there. So I'm going to cancel. We're going to go look at it here now. So the file, oh, I did. I named it coffee. That's right, because I need that variable in order to put it into the sentence later. Count as 1. So then your message. User, which we use at the add target info, gave you the username, has received this is your random pull, whatever you named that random line. I named mine coffee. And they have redeemed then coffee counter, or yours might be soda counter or cookie counter, that many coffees. That is how it puts the variables into the sentence, so that it will say that Joe Blow has received a mochaccino. They have redeemed 5 coffees. And then I added a sound, and I know you've got a sound on yours already, but I like to have a sound so that I know that somebody redeemed it. I like to hear the sound myself, and it's nice. People like to redeem stuff and hear that they redeemed something. So I have a sound bite, and literally you can just do the sub action to play sound. It's so easy. Add or sounds, play sound, or play sound from folder. I like this play sound from folder, by the way. I've used this for a couple other things. If you want to randomize the sound that's played, I can't think of why off the top of my head, but maybe your redemption has different sounds that it could be, and you just want it to be a random. If you do play sound from folder and you save different sound files into a specific folder, you can select the folder containing the different sound files, and it will pick a random one out of the file and play it. I used this for the redemption for changing scenes that you guys like to play, and it plays different things. Sometimes it tells you you're a twat, and sometimes I can't remember the different things. It has three different ones. I know that much. I used this for that redemption so that I could just throw different sound files into that folder and let it pick. I don't care. But yes, you can pick that, or you can pick a specific sound and tell it to play a specific sound. I hope that helped you, Stray. Very simple tech. This is probably one of the easiest redemptions I've set up. The only things that are easier are doing the sound effects because literally the redemptions are set up a channel redemption and put a sound in it and you're done. Those are the easiest ones. Okay. I really hope that helped. No. Nope. StreamerBot is local. It is all on your computer. It is all local. You have control over everything. There's nothing hiding out there in the interwebs, cloud space, or whatever. It's all local. We're going to have it's probably going to take a couple of Sundays to go over everything for StreamerBot. Really, it's not that there's a lot to it, but there's a lot of detail to it. Any other questions that I need to add to anything else? I will say this. So the another thing that I like, you see the download button on it. Yes, I was actually just going to talk about it because it just dawned on me that I could explain that a little more. I could take this daily coffee setup and I could go up here to export import and I could export that to a file. I could put that file someplace where y'all can and download it from. And then you could import it and have this exact setup already in your streamer bot. Now, all the connections, like the connection to the text file and stuff, you'd have to go through and change that and to connect it to what you need or rename it to what you want it renamed. Mhm. And I am probably going to do that. I actually am in the process of getting my Patreon set back up correctly. And I think I'm going to set up a membership over there that just has access to those files because I can put those files into Patreon for you all to download. And I think that's the direction I'm going to go with it. It's just easier to do it that way. I could do it through Fourth Wall, which I may put it over there, but Fourth Wall doesn't have like a membership to it. It's just straight purchasing of things, and I don't want to do that. I would rather that instead of charging for each and every one of these files, that it's just if you would like to join the membership on Patreon, then you can just download whatever you want from it. So yeah, I think it would be pretty cool. CJ, were you thinking about making a redemption? And what is your redemption going to be? And out of the things I've talked about today, obviously you can change any of these things up to fit what is your brand or your stream for everybody. That's the idea. But you don't know what yet. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what yet either. I did not want to go where I wanted it to go, but thank you. I have 3 screens and usually my OBS is on my screen over here. So if you guys ever see me looking that way, it's usually because I'm trying to fix something in OBS. Ooh, popcorn. Ooh. Oh, a daily earworm. Ooh. Oh, that's dangerous. Oh, oh my. So I covered a lot of basic OBS stuff. I can't think of anything else that I didn't cover yet. You guys do know that when you make something, I should tell you this too, is if you're working in StreamerBot and you want to test to make sure that what you made works, it would be. However, just like my commercials are a lot of commercials, I do not have all of those. Well, for the sound files, if you're using StreamerBot, it could just pull it all from a random folder. Just like to play the videos on my stream, I do not have all of those videos in separate sources on my OBS. They are not separate sources. They're not. They are one source, and StreamerBot, I showed you that text file that I have that has all the different names. StreamerBot will pull the name from that file and input it into the browser source in my OBS to play that video, and it rotates through it every time. Yes, the sound would be very easy because you're gonna use that play sound from file, and the file folder that it pulls it from, you're just gonna put all your different sound sources in that file, and it'll just randomly pull from it. If we go back to my files, my organized files that you all should have organized files too. For my streamer bot. Oh, hey, don't do that. Is it? No, 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 no. Oh, I'm gonna have to look. I'm not sure which one it's under now. Cat treats. Ooh, snacks. Let me see here. Is it this one? Yeah, this is it. The can't see you can't see the game. Um, play sound from folder, and then I was able to put the 3 different sounds into this. So it's actually pulling it from right here. So you look up the file and put it in, and it adds it to this list. It's very nice. It's not like adding a bunch of separate things into OBS, which I love. I feel like I've covered everything, guys. Let me look at my list, my to-do list, to make sure that I covered everything that I put on the lesson plan for today. Oh, I forgot to talk about the multi-stream. So there are a lot of different ways to multi-stream. You could it, you could multi-stream to, I can't think of what it's called. What is that streaming service that you stream to it once and it separates it and sends it out to multiple places? I cannot think of the name of it right now. It is used a lot by a lot of people, but I can't think what it's called. I don't use that. Oh, I've not heard of StreamYard. Ooh, that's a new one. Hmm, not the one I was thinking of, but interesting. I use the Stream Elements multi-streaming, and I can tell you this. When I thought Stream Elements was actually closing down, I got really worried because I really do like the SE Live plugin and that allows me to do this. This right here is probably one of my favorite things because it allows me control over all of my different streams with just the click of a button. I can turn on or turn off my streaming to any one of the sources except Twitch. I have to stay live on there or else I'm just not live anymore. But I have my YouTube that's landscape. I have my vertical YouTube. Twitch does vertical all in one, so I don't have to have a separate one for it. I do have to have the separate canvas so that it will stream to it. And the Stream Elements canvas lets me set up that vertical. Now, had Stream Elements closed, there is another option. It's a different plugin for OBS called ATM. And I actually am going to download ATM and I'm going to do a stream where we're all going to set it up together because I think it would be really cool to figure out how to use it. So I'm not dependent on Stream Elements to multi-stream. But I'm not sure that ATM has this same setup like this, and I really do like this one box. I love this one box. But yes, I stream to Twitch, YouTube, and Kick all at the same time. You probably missed some updates. Yeah, you may want to uninstall it and then go and download it again if you were using ATM, because I know ATM works. Will I ever mess with Rumble? So Rumble, that's a streaming service, right? I'm pretty sure I looked at that one. They're trying to say that it's the replacement for YouTube. I believe that's the one I had looked into it. And that, to add any other source or destination for the multi-stream to this, you literally just have to go in and hit the plus, and as long as you have the stream key for that location, you can add it into this, which is why I do like it. I'm hoping I'm right that Rumble is the streaming service that well, you know what? Here, just go look it up. Maybe. You, Britt, I know. I gotta find it. You ruled it out because there are a lot of political streamers on it. And yes, I remember looking at that now. Yes. It's a Canadian video platform. Hold on. Hold on. Hold the phone. If it's a Canadian video platform, why is it so political? You're messing with NVIDIA? Oh, for video? Yeah. Oh, you're talking about, where is it? This. The NVIDIA broadcast? I do That's one of the ways I was filtering out background noise for quite a while. It works pretty good. You think that's why it's less restrictive than YouTube? Oh, well, because it's Canadian. Mhm. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't actually I did a little bit of looking at it, but I didn't go hard into it. I try not to. I don't want to be super political, so I'm worried that if I did start streaming on Rumble, I would get more people in that are very political, and then that would start a whole thing in my chat. It's hard to truly test if it blocks out sister because her yelling gaming is way different than her yelling in general. True. That's so true. But it seems decent enough. Yeah, CJ, I mean, believe me, if I was to do a political stream, it would be out there. And I don't think that I would lose any of you that are here, because I'm pretty sure, based on things that have been said in the past, most of us are on the same page. But I would definitely probably piss off some right wingers. And I'm sorry, not sorry. It is what it is. A virtual cable and run your audio through Discord. Hmm. Hmm. That's an interesting idea, Britt. Hmm. Well, I think the audio settings and filters that I'm going to go over on one of my next streams, you'll like. CRISPR, that is a good virtual cable. Yes, CRISPR. Oh, interesting. You turned off multi-streaming today because you needed to learn more about, Trovo. I thought Trovo shut down. Didn't Trovo shut down? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Trovo. I am 99% sure that I got a couple news articles about Trovo shutting down. It doesn't work with your microphone, Britt. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Trovo shut down. Um, it says designed for headsets and might have bugs, and it definitely had bugs. Oh no. Oh no. There it is. Yep. Trovo streaming platform to shut down on June 30th. That's in 2 days. So you got 2 days to stream to it, CJ. Go for it. You got this. I love it. I had started an account with them too because I was going to stream on them as well because StreamerBot has them incorporated already, and I was like, oh, that'll make things so much easier for me to program stuff to it. I'll use it. But no, they're shutting down, so I'm not going to. Oh well. There's like 100,000 lefties and international keyboard users begging the devs for Mecha Chameleon to allow changing keybinds. Yes, they need to. They really do. They had a lot more non-US oh, I see. Yeah. I like that because that's a way to reach out to other platforms, to reach out to more people, be seen by more people. And just because they are non-US or non-English speaking streamers doesn't mean that they don't have viewers that are English speaking. Crisp, the Discord filter. Oh. No. CJ, the short answer is no. I mean, there are times I would say YouTube is kind of worth it, but pretty much no. Right. That would be why I would say that YouTube is kind of worth it. Honestly, I don't get a whole lot out of Kick, but I don't really push for Kick either. I'm just kind of there. YouTube, I use YouTube not just for streaming. Right, streaming on YouTube, but I do use YouTube for putting out my shorts and just videos like that, the shorts area, just for recognition, to be seen more. But the YouTube and TikTok I use for that. So if you're looking for more visibility to try and grow, I would definitely suggest making shorts and putting them out on YouTube and TikTok. I don't like TikTok, but I will use it. Yeah, and that's the thing. YouTube really doesn't have the interactiveness for your viewers like Twitch does. I wish it did because and I've tried to add a few things using StreamerBot to try and help with some of the interaction over on that side. Like I have a multi-poll that I can use, so I can do polling that lets all three of my platforms be able to vote on stuff together. I just don't use it very much. Yeah. YouTube Live is just not they need to improve their chat interactions. They really need to work on that. Yep, and I like putting vlogs over there too, most definitely. And as long as you have yours, I don't just instant put my vlogs on there because I worry about the sound in it, and I don't want there to be any hangups because YouTube is like the the angry old biddy when it comes to sounds and will mute your whole freaking stream because of one thing that it didn't like. Were you talking about CRISPR, Britt? When you say no, it doesn't. Honestly, it may just be and honestly, may just be YouTube streamers I watch, but the chats are lagged by about 5 or more minutes. Yes. Even when I'm streaming there, it lags so far behind my other streams. It's crazy slow. Yeah, I don't think it's that. Yeah, YouTube doesn't have near as much user interaction. It's terrible. It's terrible. The delay latency on YouTube seems to be longer. We had as much as an 8-minute delay when we streamed our event. Uh-huh. It made the live auction rough. Yeah, exactly. And I like streaming there for visibility reasons. To be seen, but I definitely usually have it in the little write up that they can click on underneath your stream to tell them that I'm on Twitch, and honestly, if you want better interaction with the stream, that's where you need to do it at. So come see me on Twitch. Now, I, as a viewer, will say that I sometimes prefer using the YouTube Live for viewing. And I say that because when I watch like Sunagara, if I just want to be able to watch her stream, I'm not worried about the interacting and stuff, like on my phone because I'm not home, I'm someplace else, and I don't want to deal with commercials and things like that. I'll watch her on YouTube when I'm not at home. I don't have as much of a problem with Twitch loading up stuff that way. So, yeah. YouTube is great for videos, but if they want to compete with Twitch for live streams, they need a complete overhaul. It's very true, Britt. Very true. See, and I don't know why they would leave to go to YouTube because it really doesn't have the type of interaction that Twitch has. Now, I would bet you that the bigger folks that went to YouTube were probably paid by YouTube to come over there. They probably tried to make it worth their time by paying them to come over there to try and bring more viewership over there. But of course, once you get there and realize that you don't have the same interaction with your community that you have through Twitch, you're not going to stay. A lot of streamers that have gotten people to come over over to the Purple app from TikTok and YouTube for just yes, it's for interactions and rewards. Exactly. Exactly. And I don't want anybody to leave any platform that they're on if they're enjoying using it. Most definitely keep using it. But I will tell you, my streams, if you want to have more interaction on my streams, you're probably going to have to come to Twitch. Now, when I use crowd control, I'm pretty sure that you can use crowd control through YouTube as well. So that helps a little bit. YouTube is very good on mobile. It is very much so. Twitch is improving that though. I mean, they have just finally added where you can do a vertical layout. So they are definitely picking up the game in the mobile area. Yeah, exactly. If I don't care about interacting with the stream, I just want to watch the stream. YouTube. I'm gonna be on YouTube for it. I am. Twitch has moods with mobile. Yeah. Well, they're growing through some growing pains right now, for sure. Twitch is definitely trying to improve their mobile footprint, and they're adding things like vertical scenes and things like that. They're definitely going through some growing pains to try and add that in, which is nice since they've already got the viewer interaction down. They've got that down good. You can watch on your TV with YouTube. Yes. You can watch Twitch on your TV. I've done it. And I know some other people here in chat that have done it. So it can be done. Twitch is, I agree, Danilis. Twitch is iffy on TVs. It is. Sadly, it is. Yep, that is a very valid point. YouTube is on all TVs. It makes it easier to put it on there. It is. YouTube really needs to step up. Oh, excuse me. It really needs to step up its interaction game. It really does. Mm, that is true. If you're watching Twitch on your TV, it's really hard to interact with the stream. So when you're watching YouTube or Twitch on your TV, do you type in chat or are you just watching? And if you are typing in chat, how are you doing it? I'm curious to hear how different people do it. Your smart projector is semi off-brand, so it doesn't have a normal app store. Ooh, and not all of the streaming apps. Darn. But it has great casting ability, right? So you can just use it as a screen for your computer. Ooh, that's nice. An OBS question. Yes. I have it set up to record, and I noticed that even though I said no auto record, it just randomly records anyway. You have it set up to record, but you said no auto. Let's pull that up. Settings. So output, recording. Right. It's not there. All right. So this checkbox on the general menu, you don't have that checked then to automatically record when streaming? You use your phone to interact when you're watching on your TV? Okay. I was wondering, I don't watch a lot of streams on my TV. I could. I'm usually at my computer. So is this what we're talking about? Yes. Okay. No problem. I will wait while you pull it up. Not a problem. Yeah, it's just on the general panel under output to automatically record when streaming. And I would say that if you don't want it to automatically record when streaming, make sure that's not checked. If you want to make sure that it's just not randomly turning on, I would check. Where is it? Is it this one? No, it's not. Oh, they don't have one. Oh, I would say there should be a confirmation when starting recording, but it does not have it. That was funny. Who played that? Danulis. Thank you, Danulis. That was funny. So that's definitely not checked. Okay. And you're not accidentally hitting the record button when you're hitting the stream button? I'm looking to see if there's any other. That should be the only one that does that, though. You just found it recording absolutely nothing while we were chatting about YouTube. That's weird. Do you have a hotkey set up? So under hotkeys, do you have something right here under the start or stop recording? And did you accidentally hit the hotkey to start the recording? Hit an accidental hotkey. It does. This is exactly what it sounds like, Danulis, is an accidental hotkey. I have done that myself. As you can see, I don't have any hotkeys set up because I will hit those every time when I don't want to. Oh, interesting. Some graphic card programs have record functions. Oh, that is true. By the way, if you don't have a Stream Deck and you want to be able to change scenes and things like that, hotkeys are the way to go. I just I prefer not to use them. You can't delete the hotkey, so you can't trash it over here. And if you can't trash it over here, can you reset it and then trash it? Oh, there's a clear button right here as well. There's clear or trash. AI have extra keys on my keyboard I use as hotkeys. Oh, yeah. Yep. Used to have a keyboard like that too. Hello. Hi. Unbearable Box Boy. Welcome in. I blame the cat, but she's napping like a good kitty. Well, then the cat didn't do it. I would bet that you somehow accidentally hit the hotkey for it. That sounds like what most likely happened. How are you doing over there on the YouTube's Unbearable? I'm sorry if there's a delay. I've been streaming for a few hours and I've noticed that YouTube gets a longer and longer and longer delay the longer I've been streaming. Oh, we are not playing a game today. We are discussing how to start streaming, and we were going over OBS and the basics of getting OBS set up so you can stream. I'm trying to think of other when I do the session about Stream Deck, I will definitely be talking about using Stream Deck on your phone as well because not everybody can go out and buy a Stream Deck. So, yes. Your friend sent you here. Oh, well, thank them for sending you this way. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. But so you can come back. I do play games. Just Sundays. Sundays we talk about streaming. Well, going forward, I'm definitely going to be putting what the stream is about. We'll be advertising it ahead of time. This was the first inaugural Sunday setup club, so this is what we got. The technically Sundays, yes. Oh, Game Boy, yeah. Game Boy's fun. He usually stops in while we're playing our different games. And I usually play Vintage Story and sometimes The Sims. I play The Sims 4 on Wednesdays. It's not sometimes. Sometimes I play Paralives on Wednesdays. It's technically Sundays. It's technically Sundays. Yes. Paralives. I need to play some more Paralives. I am missing out. CJ, watching you on your stream the other day playing Paralives. Oh, so badly wanted to go and play that. So bad. Oh no. Well, I am at the point where I'm going to be ending my stream because I am done going over things today. I've got notes on things that we need to cover for our next stream. I do believe we're going to have a more in-depth stream about audio. I just need to get some notes wrote up for it so that I actually can talk about things without guessing because I cannot remember anything. I'm old. At the rate you're going, that house won't be done for months. Oh no, no. I'm going to look for someone to raid that I maybe haven't raided before. Although he said that this is cool. Today to come to stream. Well, this stream is talking about setting up streams and how to stream. And Tuesday morning, I will be streaming Vintage Story. Oh, why does it look like Banjo's done? Oh, really? And then Wednesday is The Sims, and then Friday would be Vintage Story again. Oh, he's gaming now. My stream froze over there. Yes, I want to stream Mecha. Definitely. Awesome. It sounds like you and Game Boy are good friends there, Box Boy. I definitely want to stream Mecha Chameleon. For sure. I was gonna stream the game night the other night, but I was so tired from streaming earlier in the day, I really didn't want to. But I do want to stream it. He's a funny guy. Okay. Good to know, Box Boy. I'm looking at who to go and raid. Wait. Oh. I just raided that person the other day, so I can't go raid them now. What about... I don't like any of those choices. My choices are not making me happy right now. If someone wants to suggest someone, I would take it into consideration. I'm looking. Usually I don't. I just look for someone playing the same game I'm playing, but we're doing just chatting, which is a much harder thing to rate out to the same thing of, you know, that kind of thing. He talked something about Mr. Discord. Oh, Mr. Discord was here earlier, but I don't think he's here right now. Does anyone else have trouble with the raid not working correctly? Oh, when you arrive at the rated stream, so when Twitch was working on my computer, yes, I had that problem often, but that was part of my whole Twitch not working on my computer, and I'm at the point now that it does not work at all. I cannot load up Twitch at all on my computer. Not even a little. Yeah. You know what's funny? I'm gonna show you what it looks like when I try. I don't think everybody believes me when I say that Twitch does not work. The I get this. Isn't this nice? Look, I have this dashboard, but nothing else. Don't worry, it's not done yet. I'm gonna move my OBS over here so I can see what's going on here. Yeah. It'll sit like this for like 10, 15 minutes. I have not run my raid through Frosty Tools. Okay, now see it looks like it's trying to load, but it's not. It's not. It's gonna give me a whole bunch of little error ghosts in just a sec. I use my Stream Deck to raid because it automatically puts the command in, and I'm looking at my Stream Deck right now, and I'm looking at like all the people that I follow that are currently streaming. Okay, if this mofo actually loads up this time, I'm gonna be so mad. So I guess here's the question. Do we want to watch some vintage story or some Sims? I don't see any Paralives on my list. The browser that Twitch specifies that you are supposed to use with it, in case you did not know. It's Chrome. Oh God, Frosty. Nope, I do not. I do not have add-ons on my Chrome. Well, there is, but not the one that what everybody was having trouble with. I have just TreatStream. That's the only extension. And this is what happens. See the little ghosts? Everything is going to load up and say it's a ghost. Failed to load module. Failed to load module. Failed. It's going to be all over my screen in a minute. This is all I get. Now, once upon a time, I could go to somebody's stream and I would at least get their video to play. Like I could hear them and watch them. But the chat module on the side would say fail to load. Everything around it would say fail to load, but I could at least watch and hear their stream. I can't even do that now. Vintage Story. So it's like kind of like Minecraft and kind of not. It is a block game. It is a sandbox game. You think it's this, huh? It was doing this long before I put that on there, but okay. I refreshed it so you can see that it's going to do the same thing again. Oh, interesting. I don't know why it would do that, CJ. It's very strange. But yes, when I tell you guys Twitch does not work on my computer, this is what I get. This is my computer. Like here, this I'm not even going to try to bring that one up. Let's do this one. let's go to what are his numbers? Oh, of course. Why didn't I think of that? All right. So, oh, he's gonna come. Oh, all right. But if I do it via Twitch, no raid messages. So I need to use the Frosty Tools raid command so it can give us the messages. If you're going to use Frosty's raid messages, yes. If you're going to write your own and set them up on a command that automatically posts into your chat when you get ready to raid, like mine do. Oh, hello, Johnny Tortilla. It it doesn't make a difference though, Britt. I have done it in an incognito tab. You're going through all the steps I've already gone through. It does not change what's happening. I've been all over the place, Johnny. See, hey, I at least got some chat. That's nice. I don't got nothing else, but I got some chat. Yeah, Johnny, when you raid at the end of your stream, do you have trouble hearing the streamer that you're raiding into when you get there? I don't. Sometimes I have to unmute them. But as you see, I got nothing. So Twitch and my computer do not like each other. As you can see, nothing has loaded over here either. My face is not even my icon profile picture is not loaded. There's nothing. This is what I get. It could sit like this for 15, 20, 30 minutes before it finally errors completely out. And I'm not sitting here that long. That's not going to happen. I have cleared my cache out at one point in time. Every time I turned on my computer, I was going in and clearing the cache first. And for a while, that helped a little bit. I could at least get the videos to load up, but that was it. And then it just stopped working altogether. When you say you raid through OBS, yeah, I clear out the temp files. Yes. What do you mean by raid through OBS? Because I want to know what that means. Oh, so you're reading through Twitch with the Twitch command. Okay. Yep. And my Stream Deck, that's what it does. It just puts the command in for me. I don't have to type any names. I don't have to worry about misspelling the name of the stream I'm trying to raid to. And that was the thing about using Frosty. You don't have to worry about mistyping the name that you want to raid to that way either. It's nice. So yeah, if I go up here, I can say delete all browsing data. Great. Hello, Game Boy. Well, you seem to have had a friend that stopped by. Yep. Um, I've done that, but again, I don't hear the streamer, and usually my screen doesn't change to the stream I rated to either. It stays on your end screen. Well, wait. In your OBS, why would your OBS show the stream you're going to? I'm confused by that slightly. It'll merge the chat you raid into OBS. Yep. And you can type there for a few minutes while you wrap up. Yes, that I've seen happen. Foxy boy. Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that because it seems like he likes you, Gameo boy. Yeah, I've never had my actual OBS, this actual OBS change to a stream that I raid to ever. That's not a thing as far as I know. But if you have your stream pulled up, which I can't do obviously because Twitch doesn't fucking work on my computer. If you have your stream pulled up in a browser, not in OBS, in a browser, and you raid, then yes, your Twitch that you're watching your stream on should raid out and change over to the new one. So if you don't hear the streamer, is it because they're muted when you get there? Because that is what happens when I raid over, is the where I'm going is almost always muted and I have to unmute them. Like almost always have to unmute them when I get there because for some reason it mutes the stream when I raid there. I don't know why it does that. But yeah, here we go. Look, I got Jack and Diddley over here. I love it. It's so great. Yes, I have my stream. No, fine, Brett. I will pull it in the incognito so you can see that it does the same frickin' thing. I've got to remember how to do it again. It makes zero difference. I can tell you that I have had multiple, like, top-notch computer people try to figure this out, and nobody can figure out why it's doing it. Nobody. So I've given up on ever having Twitch on my computer again. Correct. It doesn't matter because Frosty's going to do the same. Frosty does the exact same thing. Frosty puts that raid message into your Twitch for you. That's all it does. Yes, Jim's ad free. No, it's Jim. Yeah, Jim has the ad free viewing. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how long you want to sit here and wait. Like I said, it could be a go. There it goes. Finally, it said it. I'm gonna say it could be 30 minutes or more. But there it is. That's what it does. Always. Sometimes it says failed to load module in like 8 different spots around the screen. And it before you start asking me to pull it up in different browsers, I'm going to tell you right now, it does not matter what browser I use. I have tried multiple different browsers. They all do the same thing. All of them. It is so weird. I agree. And every professional that I've had look at it to try and fix it have all said the same thing. It's really weird. Don't know why it's doing it. Can't figure it out. All right, go to sleep, Gamer Boy. Have a good night. Yes. So that was in Chrome. It will do the exact same thing if I use the other one. What's the other one? Sakes. This one. Edge. It'll do it in Edge. If I use Foxfire, it does it in Foxfire. If I use there's 2 other ones I've tried. I had 5 different browsers running on my computer at one point trying to fix it. It does not matter which browser I use. It all does the same thing. I've been told it's a DNS setting before, and that didn't fix it either. But because I don't know anything about DNS, I'm happy to try it again. Just not right now. I'm very annoyed by Twitch. Twitch pisses me off, like, a lot. A lot, a lot. It is the only site that does this. Now, other social media sites are really slow to load, which is how Twitch started. It started out just being really slow to load. And these other ones are slow to load, and I'm sometimes have them fail to load modules as well. But not like this. Twitch just has completely stopped working. Other social media sites like Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, Facebook, all of those social media type sites take forever to load on my computer for no reason. There's no reason it should take that long to load on my computer, but they do. It's just weird. I don't know what the problem is. I'm tired of fighting with it. It's fine. I've given up. That's why I now have my laptop in here as well, because at least I can load up everything on my laptop. I just can't play games and stream from it. Oh, here she goes with StreamerBot. Oh, it's a learning curve, CJ. It's a learning curve. You got this though. All right. So, I honestly think I don't know why either. I'm happy that you all are here either way though. Oh yes, I'm gonna get it installed. So StreamerBot has a companion program as well called SpeakerBot, and they work together. Oh, Danulis, my heart just sunk all the way down into my stomach. See, and I'm hoping that your web coding background can be helpful. Then that would be great. But I've had multiple people that have coding backgrounds and web building backgrounds and computer building backgrounds. I'm telling you, I've had a lot of different people look at this problem and think they can fix it. And nobody's been able to figure it out. Heart monitor stream, no. You don't have to have both, but if you want text to speech stuff to happen, you will need the speaker bot. And it's they do work together. It's nice. That's what they said too, Britt. That's the same thing they all said. They're like, "Oh, I can fix it." They're like, "Oh, I can see what the problem is." So many times. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying I've heard it so many times, and yet nobody has figured it out. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this one's just never going to come up, and I know it. Oh, look, this one's still trying to come up and yet has not. That's lovely. Absolutely. All right. So oh my God, turbo encabulator. Yes, that's definitely it, Danulis. That's what it is. 100%. That's it. Again, I don't know what it is. I have no idea. That's why I've given up. I'm like, whatever. Cow plants in the machine. I would, yes. Okay, yes. I love it. Have I replaced my phototropic valve intake filter? Twice. Twice. Oh my God. Oh, let me see. I gotta look at what the plan is for the next Sunday so that we can talk about that real quick. No, now we have Grand Noodles Boy. Okay. So I get the feeling that Gemo Boy has multiple accounts. Which is pretty cool for them. So after OBS, next up on the stream was, oh yeah, resources and branding. So we're gonna talk a little bit more about that next week, and we're probably gonna play a little bit with Photopea or whatever editing software you use for making assets, whether it's GIMP, Photopea, Photoshop. I don't know anymore off the top of my head. 1,000 plus notification from Boxboy. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Hello, Johnny. Nice to meet you. Stray is having a Star Wars live. Oh, thank you for letting me know that. I wasn't sure what he was doing. Is he doing that right now? It's a cow plant kind of day. Oh my gosh. Oh, cool. How long is the stream? Yes. Well, we're going. We're going there. We're going there. Sierra, that's what he's doing right now, right? Okay. Okay. That's funny because I was trying to figure out where to go. Now that I know that's what he's doing, yeah. Even though I just rated him. It says he's playing Elder Scrolls. He should update that. Just saying. Okay. Well, we're gonna raid over there. So you know what time it is, right? It means we're going here. My next stream is a vintage story. I'm laughing that it popped up and says The Sims when it's the vintage story. That's hilarious. Okay. It is what it is. It's fine. Obviously, my computer is unsure of where I'm actually going to be streaming next, but that's okay, I guess. Hey, I am so happy that today went the way it did. I look forward to our next Sunday Setup Club stream so that we can work on assets and branding and making some things for our streams. And I believe I will be doing I'm going to start setting up, like I told you, I have a setup for DB. I'm going to help create a stream setup from scratch, and y'all get to come along while we do it. All right, so there are 2 messages in chat. The first one's for everybody. The second one is if you are currently a subscriber, why? The shaky bunnies will only work for you if you are currently a subscriber. Sorry. All right, you ready? We're going. If we haven't gone already. Woo! I'm like, have we gone yet? Have we? Are we going? What's going on? Bye. I'll see you in a minute, Shinjack. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go.